Hey, good morning. 10:35 down here. The game ended early last night. Good game. Stupid plays, crazy plays, but a good game. I like the outcome. Dallas lost. That was the most important part of the game. Again, there's not a lot of things going on. It is my understanding they arrested this kid that they thought was the CEO killer. He apparently they caught him with what they call a ghost gun, guns that can't be traced because they're made with spare parts bought on the internet, along with the silencer, which if he had that in his possession, he deserves to be caught because that's utter stupidity. You know, that's one of the first things you do. That's why you use untraceable guns, so you can dump it and get rid of the damn thing. What was he planning on doing? Shooting himself or something with it? That's just so stupid on his part. But thank God he was stupid because now he's gonna, end up doing life in prison. So, you know. Unless Trump changes the law and executes him just for the hell of it, he might do that. Although it's a healthcare worker, so I doubt it. I doubt he cares that much about that person, even though it was a CEO. So that was the big story, and of course you had the game. What a game! It was a good game. I knew that I picked the Bengals to win the game, and it just made sense. Dallas is just a bad team, they say they're going to keep the coach, and they might, but he's not necessarily the problem. Although he's calling plays in the wrong, not good plays at the right time. I think he's what they call predictable. When somebody's been around a long time, they become predictable, and that's usually what happens in the leagues and whatnot. These guys get predictable, and it's that's the end of that. So we'll wait and see there. What else is going on? I haven't seen much. No rumors, no nothing. Let me just check something out while I'm on the line with you guys. Go to Trump's nemesis news service called MSNBC and see what they have to say. There must be something they're blowing up about. Ta 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 ta. It's a problem with sports betting. I'm not going to read that ad because they don't know that's very complicated. Trump isn't letting any of RFK's supporters get involved, which is probably a good idea because they're just as crazy as he is. And, one crazy guy with Trump is enough, And then this Gabbard that's going to be the intelligence leader, she should be called a sieve. She just leaks shit for the hell of it, I think. Trump, there's a problem with Trump's case against the FBI's Chris Wade. No, it doesn't make any difference. He's going to replace him whether it's legal, illegal, or whatever. That's just what do you call it? That's part of his policy. He gets to appoint an FBI director. The fact that the guy's crazy doesn't make any difference to him. the energy secretary, Trump's picking, thinks climate change is good. Well, it depends on what you're doing, you know. There's always something positive can be found in something horrible, you know. But climate change is a long-term slow death for the world. So, you know, I don't think there's a hell of a lot of good stuff you're going to find in there. I don't know what the NIH stands for, but this is so stupid. Some of the stuff you read these articles, and I'm saying, where do they get this information from? You know, how is this possible? I understand Trump's a nut job. You know that's you know. And these people are going to put Hegseth in. Oh well. Look at let's get back to me telling you what I think. All right. You have Hegseth and Patel, a sex abuser and a delusionary, power-hungry wannabe coming into the cabinet. Now, it's the Defense Department and the FBI, two highly very, and then you have Gabbard in the intelligence community. So here, the only people that are truly happy about that is Putin. Putin's sitting back there laughing like hell. You're going to put that guy in charge of the Defense Department? That guy can't make a snap decision. And Trump can't make snap decisions that are good. He makes snap decisions that, you know, put people's lives in danger for ever and ever and ever. You know what I mean? So I don't see that coming in, you know, in any shape or manner that's going to be good for the world and the United States in particular. I think that Hegseth or Hedgeseth or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never heard it pronounced, so I'm not going to get involved in it. I just, you know, Hegseth, that's what I call him, you know, all right? Reminds me of, what was it, that Viking character in the comic strips. I can't remember. It began with it sounded similar to that, you know. But you're dealing with a situation where you like I said before, you're putting people in control that aren't capable of making snap decisions simply because they're not educated enough. All right, that's the big thing. They're not the ones you want there, you know. That's big problem number one. All right. Big problem two is they have some issues. Hegseth's got alcohol issues, and I gotta tell you something. If you don't work at it, you're gonna go back to it. Okay. First few years are very critical. Because especially if you're going into a high-pressure job, he's going to make serious mistakes, and he's going to do serious damage to himself, his family, and the country. So, you know, that's why I don't want him in there. I mean, because he's never really sought out proper help. He's making statements, oh, I won't drink anymore. He will try very hard not to get caught drinking anymore. You know, will you stop? I don't know. It's not that easy, all right? When I did it, I had help. I had a lot of help. And the help came from my friends because my family wasn't close enough to help me. You know, they weren't around. They were doing their thing, and I don't blame them for not helping me, you know. And one of the things I told my friends and everything, I said, you want to go out drinking, go drinking. Don't let me stop you, you know. I went down the shore with a friend of mine, and he was worried that I was going to go back. I said, listen, you're not going to make me go back drinking because you're drinking. You know, I said, I'm not going to go back drinking for that. I said, if I go back to drinking, it's going to have nothing to do with you. It's going to all be on me, you know. And I think that, you know, he hasn't done stuff like that. He hasn't self-assessed his problem, and he hasn't sought out help from other sources, you know, professional help. So he's a problem. Now you got Patel. You might as well, that's the Indian equivalent of Smith, Patel. I go look it up in the phone book. There's probably as many Patels in the phone book as there are Smiths. So, I don't know. I don't know much about him in terms of religion or anything like that. I do know that, to blindly support that, you blindly say that I'm going to close down the Hoover Building and send all those 7,000 people out into the field, okay? First of all, none of them very few of them, a small minority of them are trained to go out into the field and do investigative work of any kind, okay? Can they go out and do what they're told? Sure. Will they? I don't know about that. Will they all stay on the job? I don't know about that either. But what concerns me is the fact that you've got people who are basically laboratory techs and stuff like that, researchers, computer geeks and whatnot, that you're telling to strap on your sidearm, you're going out, and you're going to do what we tell you to do. Now, some of those people are going to be little whack jobs too, because being a geek is no fun, at times. So they're going to love it, they'll in the beginning, and then I think they'll decide they don't want to do it anymore. Now, there's not much work for those people in the outside, local police departments and whatnot. Again, because local police departments have to do investigative work as well, going out. They don't have the ability to have thousands of people sitting at desks doing research, going over bank statements for somebody or something like that, so that they can get the answer in 10 minutes and not 10 weeks. So that's another part of it. That's his part of it. But as I said, the only person that's really happy about this, and along with Gabbard being the intelligence chief, is Putin. Putin's overjoyed with this. And if this goes through, and these guys, then I say the next invasion Putin's going to pull off is Alaska. And by the time we know about it, it's going to be too late. You think I'm crazy? Maybe I am, but it makes sense to me. And I'm a little wacky at times, but this just makes sense to me. I mean, I can't see Putin's getting hysterical over this, though. And so is Little Kim and XI. All these guys they're sitting out there, the obligars and the totalitarian governments are all laughing their ass off. Because what made us special? Democracy. Being able to sit down and negotiate things. And Trump doesn't negotiate. Trump doesn't win negotiations. He either bullies people into accepting what he wants, which is not usually good for them. Hence, the companies that he's invested in and gotten involved in that way have all going under. He operates as a mafioso. He goes in and takes all the cash he can get out of a business and then dumps it in the bankruptcy courts. It's not hard to do. The mafia's been doing that kind of crap for years. There's nothing new about that. He's going to try and do it with the United States government. His ego doesn't like the fact that Musk has more money than him. So there's what you're going to see, is you're going to see Trump exercise power to prove he's more of a man than Musk. I don't know. Musk is going to show off his 14 kids and say, hey, I'm a man. I got a big dick. I can do anything I want. They're two prime targets for elimination by radicals, and I don't know whether that'll happen or not, because I think one of the things that, what they're going to damage is the protective ability of the United States to protect its leadership and what have you, by putting in these semi-intelligent people into these places. Because you're a lawyer doesn't make you an FBI agent or an investigator, although a lot of them are lawyers and what have you, And my cousin's husband was a agent, and he was he was mostly a geek. He worked in bank fraud and stuff like that, you know. And they don't care about that. Trump and his associates. You want bank fraud? Go ahead, do it. You know, love you, baby. Okay, that's it for today. So I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow, because I'm sure Trump will go out and start doing something today. You know, after you're entering a holiday period where people don't do a lot, anything but talk a lot. You know, it's very difficult to get everybody together at one time because they have parties to go to. It's cocktail hour someplace in the world, you know. All right, talk to you tomorrow.